There's a feeling in the air that you can't get anywhere except the Quad Cities. And no matter where we go, the best people that we know are in the Quad Cities. Where people show they care, TV6 is always there, standing by your side. From where the rivers flow to the hometowns we know, friends and neighbors building ties. Making a difference where we go, KWQC says hello. Hello, Iowa. Hello, Illinois. TV6 cares for you.
Hello, Quad Cities. TV6 cares for you. Now on TV6 News.
Today at noon, a howling Halloween as much of the country, including the Quad Cities, deals with a cold snap. Plus, trick-or-treating just hours away. Coming up, simple things you can do to help keep your children safe.
And our Skyview camera is shaking as we have some very gusty winds, some reduced visibility with snow showers moving in here on Halloween. We'll have all the details coming up in your first alert forecast. TV6 News at noon with an old but familiar tune starts now.
You're watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities' #1 station for news. This is KWQC TV6 News at noon.
And it's a first alert day due to cold, windy weather that could disrupt your plans. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marcia. And not only is it near freezing temperatures, but with the wind, the phrase wind chill has returned to the forecast. Meteorologist Kiel is here. And disruptive not only to Halloween activities, but even if you have to work outside, that wind is powerful.
I mean, you feel it right as you step out the door. And I like how you phrased it, disruptive. It's not necessarily dangerous weather like we would issue for any other first alert day, but just because we know a lot of people are going to be heading outside here for Halloween, that wind is going to be the first thing you notice. And also, we have those snow showers as well. So it's going to be wind-driven snow showers, reducing some visibility. So yeah, kind of stepping into winter here on this Halloween. So we do have a wind advisory basically for counties along Interstate 80 and areas to the north until 5 o'clock for those 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts. Right now in Davenport, 41 mile per hour wind gusts, 43 miles per hour in Moline. Everywhere else, generally between 25 and 40 miles per hour. So we're going to continue with these gusty winds really through trick-or-treat time. As Marcia mentioned, those temperatures very close to freezing. We've actually dropped a degree, 33 in Moline. It is at the freezing mark there in Davenport and Ikeda, as well as Rock Falls at 32 degrees, 34 in Princeton and Kewanee. But again, with that wind, there's that wind chill. Upper teens to lower 20s. So this wind chill is probably not going to move much here throughout the day. Now, first alert live Doppler radar in winter mode. We've got a few flurries, light snow showers here in the metro Quad Cities. You can see those kind of moving to the south. They've weakened just a bit, but we've got some moderate snow right now around Preston, Andover, down toward Thompson, and just on the north side of Clinton there. That continues into portions of Whiteside County, just southwest of Sterling toward Prophetstown, even down toward Hoople there in Henry County. So we're going to continue to track these snow showers here as we head into the afternoon hours. But as we'll show you with the temperature forecast, we're going to kind of see those snow showers come to an end, but it will still be pretty breezy around trick-or-treat time. But we do have some warmer temperatures coming up in the 7-day forecast, and we'll detail that in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Well, we are not alone when it comes to this cold blast. It's making temperatures fall to scary levels for trick-or-treaters this year. And John Lorinc explains the cold is hitting as far south as Texas.
Millions of children may want to bundle up beneath their costumes this Halloween.
We have a lot of cold onesies, so they have it's almost like a pajama, and they are like animals and different characters. The trick is to use a bigger costume so they can put more stuff underneath.
A blast of bone-chilling air from Canada has cast its spell on the U.S., bringing unseasonable conditions across much of the east and parts of the south this All Hallows Eve. For example, temperatures were in the 80s in Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. over the weekend, but they'll only reach the low 50s on Tuesday. Cooler than usual weather will also be seen in Atlanta, New Orleans, and Dallas, and some cities in the Midwest won't get out of the 30s.
Now, the good news is that high pressure may bring the cold, but it will also keep it dry for many trick-or-treaters.
So while millions will be braving blustery weather as they take part in Halloween,
absolutely long sleeves. I am more of a mask person.
Others will be able to collect their candy and chocolate without dealing with this early winter-like blast.
The West Coast, however, is the real winner this Halloween, with near normal temperatures and nice and dry for trick-or-treating.
I'm John Lorinc reporting.
Now, despite the weather, children will be out in the neighborhoods trick-or-treating, and safety is always a concern. And it starts with the costume. The American Red Cross says make your trick-or-treaters make sure that they are visible to others. Now, you can provide kids with flashlights and glow sticks, and adding reflective tape to costumes and their treat buckets can also help increase visibility to traffic. East Moline police say talk to your kids also about safety before they head out.
Stay on the sidewalks, only cross the street at crosswalks, only cross the street at crosswalks. Running out in between, trying to miss cars is where most kids get hurt. A child is actually twice as likely to get hurt or killed in a car accident on Halloween than any other day of the year.
You can find more safety tips on our website. And remember, if you do plan on going out trick-or-treating, we have the official times for area cities on our website and news app. Of course, Halloween is a significant day for TV6. It's when the station first signed on the air in 1949. And for decades, we've been asking you to say hello, Quad Cities, as part of a community campaign. Now, our original hello campaign is getting a reboot. Kyle Dickens tells us what to expect as we celebrate the upcoming 75th year of broadcasting.
Television for more than 5 minutes, chances are you've heard theme music, commercial jingles, or in the case of news music.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Jingles or short, catchy musical numbers that are used to sell a product, or in many cases get stuck in your head, can be at times annoying. Now, over the years, TV6 has had our fair share of jingles. Who remembers Take 6? Or Making a Difference. But there was one campaign that became legendary in the Quad Cities.
There's a feeling in the air that you can't get anywhere except the Quad Cities.
One that had an impact on many, including myself, watching TV6. So I took to the basement archives, met a friend or two, to find the campaign that cemented TV6 into the culture of the community.
Making a difference where we go. KWQC says hello.
In 1991, Hello made it to the QC airwaves. This catchy news, music, and image campaign was developed by Frank Gari Productions, originally for WISN TV in Milwaukee.
Makes no difference where I go, you're the best hometown I know.
Yeah, it's no secret that the Hello song is not just a Quad Cities exclusive. Former promotions director Dwayne Mathias discusses why they chose Hello.
Mitch Task Force was put together to look out for a campaign for the Quad City area to show the positive attributes of the area and show the community, the people, the upbeat area. And this is the package that we picked out that best was typical of the quality of the area.
Then for over 2 decades, Hello Quad Cities and of course the Hello News music graced the TV6 airwaves. Then in 2012, with station management and industry changes, TV6 said goodbye to Hello. But the Hello legacy lived on in part with our daily Hello greetings that we close out our newscast at 6 p.m. with every night. So on this, our 74th anniversary, and as we begin celebrating the year leading up to our 75th, we found it fitting to say hello again and bring back the song that connected TV6 to the communities we serve, and not just for our anniversary, but for good.
One station for news. This is KWQC TV6 Quad Cities Today.
Kyle Dickens, KWQC TV6 News.
Well, next at noon, keeping trick-or-treaters safe in another way. We're going to take you along on Sex Offender Sweep. And later, another contested race for the city of Davenport. Hear from at-large city council candidates in their own words.
You're watching TV6 News with Marcia Lense.
A local family-owned insurance agency for over 40 years.
The day is brighter, the mood is lighter, 'cause I just got my new shower. I got my new shower. Thank you, Mad City Baths.
Update your bathroom and sing for joy with one call to Mad City Baths, the Midwest's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for American-made baths and showers. And remember, for our price lock guarantee, we'll guarantee your price for 1 year. And now save during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. 60 months, 0 interest senior military discounts, plus call during this program and receive a free $60 Walmart gift card with in-home estimate. Throughout the Quad City area, call 563-748-3120. Now, here's that number again, 563-748-3120.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive contains ALA to relieve nerve aches and B-complex vitamins to fortify healthy nerves. Try Nervive and try Nervive Pain Relieving Roll-On.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex? Breathe.
Salonpas, makers of powerful pain relief patches for 89 years, believes in continuous improvement, like rounded corners that resist peeling, with an array of active ingredients and sizes to relieve your pain. Salonpas, it's good medicine.
I will never again lose to my brother, decided Issa, because I've switched to consumer cellular, and now I get the same coverage he's got for half the cost. I'm the one who wins. Birds, when freedom calls, we're here to answer.
Before you send the kids out trick-or-treating, the Illinois Attorney General suggests checking the state's sex offender registry. While Illinois law prohibits child sex offenders from distributing candy, it's a good idea to check the registry to determine where they live. Sex offenders may also be prohibited from having their porch lights on and from leaving their homes except to go to work. The registry is administered by Illinois State Police and can be viewed at isp.illinois.gov. In Milwaukee, police and parole officers are out making sure Halloween is safe for kids. They checked on upwards of 200 registered sex offenders to ensure they won't be participating in Halloween activities. Tahleel Mohieldin followed along as officers made door-to-door visits.
Probation!
This is one of 11 doors Erica Smith with the Wisconsin Department of Corrections is knocking on this Halloween.
And he told you not to open the door during trick-or-treat? Okay. All right.
Her team is one of 15 participating in the DOC's annual Halloween home visits.
If you're going to confiscate anything out of the residence, please make sure it's documented on here.
Together, they're checking in on more than 200 homes in Milwaukee.
Whether they're absolutely compliant or unfortunately, if they're not, we want them to know that we are going to always make sure that they're compliant with the rules of community supervision.
DOC leaders say there are more than 6,000 active registered sex offenders in Wisconsin. Sunday, this group in Milwaukee is targeting those that potentially have a child victim or are deemed high risk.
Okay, they're issuing a warrant, she said. Let's go.
Okay.
Those on the list are required to sign a contract agreeing to not participate in Halloween activities, like giving out candy, wearing a costume, or putting up decorations. They're also required to be home for 1 hour before and after locally scheduled trick-or-treating times.
This is probation and parole. We're at the door. Can you let us in?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
And if they don't follow the rules, they could be taken into custody.
Important. We do not want them to reoffend, or we do not want the public to feel at risk.
We want to be able to have the members of the community and their children be able to enjoy trick-or-treating because I have very good memories of going house to house.
Again, sex offenders could be taken into custody for noncompliance. Quad City law enforcement officers will conduct similar checks. Next at noon, another sign of the changing seasons out on the river.
And it's as if we are changing seasons here in the QC as we do have some snow showers flying around. It's also very windy, very cold. We'll let you know when we can expect the warm up coming up in your first alert forecast.
Today is a first alert day.
Do-it-yourself bathroom updates can be stressful, having to figure out things on your own. It could drag on for weeks or months. Instead, call the experts at Mad City Baths. Get a beautiful bath or shower professionally installed in as little as 1 day, backed by a double lifetime warranty.
It's very nice. It's updated, and it has a very easy to use aspect to it.
And now pick up the phone and save during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower, 60 months, 0 interest, senior military discounts. Plus, call during this program and receive a free $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. Throughout the Quad City area, call 563-748-3120. Now, here's that number again, 563-748-3120.
At Humana, we believe your health care should evolve with you, and part of that evolution means choosing the right Medicare plan for you. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits, but you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan pays for some or all of your original Medicare deductibles, but they may have higher monthly premiums and no prescription drug coverage. Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plans include medical coverage plus prescription drug coverage and coverage for dental, vision, and hearing, all wrapped up into one convenient plan. Plus, there's a cap on your out-of-pocket costs. Humana has large networks of doctors, hospitals, and specialists across 49 states. So call or go online today and get your free decision guide. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
You know winter is coming soon when the Channel Cat comes out of the water. The boats for the water taxi service in the Quad Cities were removed from the Mississippi River in East Moline this morning. Now, the boats will be stored for the winter after a successful summer season. Officials say they served about 41,000 guests this season, which hasn't been matched since 2018.
Now, your most reliable forecast with First Alert meteorologist Kyle Kiel.
Cat certainly got the memo that it was going to be cold. He was dressed perfectly for this very windy and cold Halloween. And yes, we've got some snowflakes flying, maybe a little hard to see here on our sky view camera, but if you look out your window, you've likely seen some flying, especially around the Quad Cities and areas to the north. So we do have a first alert day in effect for the wind and the cold. And yes, we could see some reduced visibility in the snow. So this is more for disruptive weather, not necessarily dangerous, impactful weather. I don't think we'll see many impacts from the snow, but certainly some low visibility with those snow bands that are going to be blowing around in gusts upwards of 40 to potentially 50 miles per hour. So we'll keep this going for the whole viewing area until about 8 o'clock this evening. So there's your gusts right now, generally between 25 and 45 miles per hour. Notice the airport in Moline as well as Davenport having peak gusts right now at 43 miles per hour, 44 miles per hour there in Cedar Rapids, 38 mile per hour wind gusts in Princeton, and still pretty gusty in Galena with 21-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And that's with temperatures that are near or just a couple degrees above the freezing mark. So yeah, that just gives a bite in the air as you step out the door. Feels like temperature in the teens and 20s. So certainly want to make sure that the kids are bundled up a little bit as best as you can as you're heading out for trick-or-treat this evening, because I tell you what, even though the wind will calm down just a little bit by trick-or-treat time, it's still going to be quite cold. Here's a look at First Alert Live Doppler radar. Again, we have a scattering of snow. One band of moderate snow setting up in portions of Clinton, Carroll, Whiteside, and heading into northern Bureau counties. I'll take a closer look at this and see which hometowns are being impacted by this. Clinton getting a good burst of snow. That's just coming to an end in Andover as well as Thompson. Morrison, Prophetstown, even around Sterling getting a little bit of that snow. Some of that moderate snow starting to fall in New Bedford as well as Walnut as you head into portions of Bureau County. Just some light snow around Hoople, Atkinson, and heading off to the west on I-80 toward Geneseo as well as Kelowna, and even here in the metro some light snow or flurries. Again, we're not expecting much in the way of accumulation, but some reduced visibility can be expected. And you certainly see that spin of low pressure. This is what we call a Saskatchewan screamer. This is basically a clipper that comes from Saskatchewan as opposed to Alberta, Canada, like we're used to this winter, but similar to any clipper that usually comes through the winter, just not a lot of moisture available. Luckily though, we won't have to dodge any snowflakes here heading into the evening. There might be a few flurries around 5 p.m., but as the evening progresses, we'll see a clear sky, but it won't matter what the sky is. It's going to be cold. We'll have temperatures in the 30s with wind chills in the teens and 20s. And eventually tonight, as that wind calms down and we get that clear sky, we'll get temperatures in the low to mid 20s. Tomorrow, that wind switches to the southwest, so that just is the start of our warming trend. We'll have highs back in the 40s. So Exact Track shows the snow continuing to pivot its way around that low pressure system. So here we are at 2 p.m., mainly north of I-80. That's where we will have that potential for those snow showers. Again, a couple flurries possible within any of these clouds by 5 p.m. But notice those winds still screaming out of the northwest, anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour. But as the evening progresses, we'll start to see that wind calm down. Eventually, it'll go less than 10 miles per hour tonight. And with that clear sky, we should start to see those temperatures bottom out in the lower 20s. But here we are on Wednesday. We'll start the day with winds starting to shift to the southwest. Certainly not going to be as gusty. And we will keep lots of sunshine in the forecast with just a few passing clouds. So here's a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll go from 22 tomorrow morning to 42, so about a 20-degree warm-up. We'll go from 30 to 51 here on Thursday, and it just gets better than that here heading into the weekend. Well, highs close to 60 degrees, and then as we kind of switch our clocks back as daylight saving time officially comes to an end, we will have what looks to be another cold front that moves through. There's still some timing differences. There could be some bouts of some rain here as we had Saturday night into Sunday, but it looks like the best chance of rain is going to be into Monday of next week. But behind that, doesn't look like any type of cold weather like we're experiencing around here today.
From a Saskatchewan screamer.
Yes, yeah, we don't
I
hear that.
had to laugh. I have not heard of that one before.
Yeah, I'll have to do maybe a little explainer on that soon. But yeah, it's similar to an Alberta clipper, just it gets its name from where it comes from in Canada. So
poor Canada.
I know.
And the next one's going to be Yukon Yuck or something.
Yukon Yuck. I love it. We'll have to see if we can make that a thing. Hopefully we won't be impacted by that, though.
Thank you so much, Kyle.
You're welcome.
Alderman at large candidates coming up next at noon. Hear from those running in Davenport and why they want to serve in our special election coverage.
Weekdays at 11:30 on TV6.
The maintenance on the shower is nothing, just a wipe down every now and then, and that's really been really nice since the old one was much more than that.
With more than 50,000 satisfied customers and an A+ rating with the BBB, Mad City Baths is a sure choice for durable, low-maintenance baths and showers infused with Microban antimicrobial protection to prevent odor-causing bacteria like mold and mildew. Now's the time to call. It's our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower, 60 months zero-interest senior military discounts, plus call during this program and receive a free $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate. Throughout the Quad City area, call 563-748-3120. Now, here's that number again, 563-748-3120.
Liberals have a plan to make Puerto Rico a state, adding 2 Democrats to the Senate. And Ron DeSantis sided with the Liberals' power play. DeSantis actually sponsored the bill to make Puerto Rico a state. With more power, liberals can pack the courts, pass more reckless spending, ban guns, and give amnesty to illegal aliens. DeSantis sided with the liberals and sold out Iowa conservatives. Ron DeSantis is just plain wrong. Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen. And action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
Now you can get the new iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. US Cellular, built for us.
City and school election day is next Tuesday, November 7th in Iowa, and there are a lot of contested races in Davenport. This week, TV6 is offering a glimpse of the candidates, and today we highlight the alderman at-large race between Jasmine Newton, LaKanna Dixon, and incumbent Kyle Grip. We let them speak for themselves.
I'm Jasmine Newton. I'm running for Davenport Alderwoman at Large. I'm an attorney and small business owner with my law firm located in the heart of Davenport. I believe the residents of Davenport deserve leadership with common sense, and I'm prepared to provide judicious representation. My priorities are what matters most to Davenport residents: public safety, fixing our streets, creating jobs, bringing business, and better neighborhoods. It is imperative that the city of Davenport have elected officials that will lead by example, and I am prepared to do so. We have an important election coming up November 7th, and I hope each and every one of you gets out and votes. I would say one of the city's biggest challenges in recent months has been the city council and the allegations that have surfaced. It is appalling to hear that allegations of racism, sexual harassment, insobriety at the dais, defamation of character, and leaking of personnel information has taken place. Such should never happen. In my opinion, such should be common sense, but clearly we have seen that such is not. I would propose a code of conduct for elected officials. While one would think that such is already in place, we actually do not have one in Davenport, and that would be one of my very first priorities if elected. Leaders should lead by example. Davenport should lead by example, and we should have a council that displays the highest form of professionalism, civility, and decorum so we can restore the confidence for our residents. The city of Davenport has done an excellent job maintaining financially responsible policies and budgets. I would want to continue that and to ensure that the city of Davenport continues to receive department accolades and continues to have its superior rating. I also think that economic development is very important. We need to make sure that we continue work towards having shovel-ready sites, such as in the west end of Davenport by 280, to ensure that we are bringing big businesses here to Davenport, such as Amazon. Public safety is something that is very important to the people of Davenport. It's something that I hear every day when I'm knocking doors, so that will continue to be a priority of mine, and making sure we are fixing our streets. You know, infrastructure is very important. We need to continue to make sure that we're fixing streets and that we're investing in our future. We have a very important election coming up November 7th. Early voting is going on now, and I encourage all voters of Davenport to get out and cast your votes. Local politics matter. Very important decisions are being made. Approximately $240 million are being decided by a council every year for Davenport's budget. It is imperative that we have the right people sitting at the table. I hope that you vote for me, Jasmine Newton, for Alderwoman at Large. Thank you.
Hello, Quad Cities. My name is LaKanna Dixon, and I'm running for Alderman at Large. I am a community activist and a small business owner, and I believe there's a lot of great things that can happen in Davenport if we just change a few seats. If elected, I would like to check. Safe housing is very important to me because I had a family member that died and the building collapsed downtown, and I feel like a lot of those things was neglected, and so I feel like there really needs to be a lot of changes with how the codes and things are done. If elected, the 3 changes that I would like is safe housing, pouring money into the part of the communities that have been ran down quite a bit. We need to pour our attention into those areas. And then the third thing is having better jobs in the area. So last thing I will leave you with is make sure you go out and vote on November 7th. Davenport deserves better. Do better, be better.
I'm Kyle Grip. I currently serve as your Alderman at Large. I've been in that position for the past 8 years. It has been a great honor to serve the people of Davenport. I love Davenport. I think it's a great place to live, work, and raise a family. And if given the opportunity, I will spend the next 2 years making it even better. I think the city faces 3 big challenges. The first is financial stability. Obviously, our costs continue to increase because our biggest expense is personnel, and to address that, we have to continue to grow our tax base and grow our economy to make sure we're bringing as much in as we're putting out. Our second challenge is our aging infrastructure. This is something that I've been addressing over the last 8 years, and we're making great improvements, but we need to continue to invest in our infrastructure, make sure we have great road maintenance, that we're investing in repair and replacement of our streets. And the third big challenge that the city faces is public safety. And this has been ongoing for a while. We've invested in technology for our police department. We're fully funding public safety, and we're doing preventative public safety measures that are starting to work. We've seen a decrease in crime over the last 2 years. My 3 biggest priorities are the priorities that the people of Davenport continue to tell me. And number 1 is economic development and growth, and that is having a strong and vibrant local economy. The second is continuing to invest in public safety initiatives and ensuring that our public safety is fully funded and that Davenport is a great and safe place to live. And the third thing would be quality of life initiatives. So investing in amenities that make Davenport a great place to live and provide Davenport residents with a high quality of life. My priorities over the last 8 years really haven't changed much, and that's because I hear quite a bit from residents on what their priorities are and how they want their money to be spent. And so I really use those as a guideline. So growing our local economy, investing in our streets, investing in public safety, and investing in amenities that make Davenport a great place to live. If re-elected, I'll continue to work on the issues that are important to you.
Now, we will have these interviews posted on our news app and website, and you'll hear from more candidates this week on the news at noon. One age group is showing great improvements when it comes to driver safety. Details coming up in our second half hour.
The news is sponsored in part by Carpetland USA.
Up to 80% of falls in the home happen in the bathroom. Eliminate that worry and call Mad City Baths. We offer easy access walk-in tubs with relaxing hydrotherapy and custom tub to shower conversions with a low threshold or barrier-free entrance. And remember, once you receive a free design consultation, we'll lock your price in for 1 year guaranteed. So why wait? There's still time to save during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower. 60 months zero interest senior and military discounts, plus last chance to call during this program to receive a free $60 Walmart gift card with your in-home estimate from Mad City. Throughout the Quad City area, call 563-748-3120. Now, here's that number again, 563-748-3120.
As the world keeps changing, so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're one of the best ways to help protect yourself against COVID-19. Learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov.
Join us for the Quad Cities Caregiver Conference this Saturday at the Golden Leaf Banquet Center. Visit local exhibitors to learn about caregiving products and services, speakers, refreshments, door prizes, and more. This event is free and uniquely geared toward caregivers.
Why do dermatologists choose Dove?
The Dove Beauty Bar is gentle, not only cleans, hydrates my skin.
As a dermatologist, I want what's best for our skin. With 1/4 moisturizing cream, Dove is the #1 bar dermatologists use at home.
After cooking a delicious chicken cheddar broccoli recipe, you will want to delete all your apps because nothing beats a perfect combo of sweet tomatoes and smooth, silky zucchini. Nor taste combos. It's not fast food, but it's so good.
Watching KWQC TV6 Davenport, celebrating 75 years. Live from the Quad Cities #1 station for news. This is KWQC TV6 News at Noon.
Topping your second half hour of news, of course, is the weather. We have a first alert day in effect. I'm meteorologist Kiel. This isn't necessarily for any dangerous weather or impacts on the roads due to the snow showers you're seeing, but it's really the wind that you're really going to notice, as we could have gusts up to 40+ miles per hour this afternoon and even into the early evening for the entire TV6 viewing area. So this first alert day does continue until 8 o'clock. And yeah, the wind is the one thing you notice right as you step outside the door. We have wind gusts between 30 and 45 miles per hour right now, and that is just adding that bite in the air as temperatures are barely above freezing in many locations. 33 degrees right now in Moline. We have 32 in Davenport, Ikeda, Galena, Iowa City, all sitting at that freezing mark, but it's feeling a lot colder with those gusty winds. Those feels like temperatures of the wind chills sitting in the teens and 20s. So yes, a very cold Halloween. This will likely end up in the top 5 coldest Halloweens on record. Of course, the coldest and the snowiest was 4 years ago today, back in 2019. First alert live Doppler radar shows a band of snow moving into portions of Clinton County as well as Whiteside, Lee County, Illinois, as well as into Bureau County, Illinois. It's kind of going a little farther to the south as far as the track goes. So we'll continue to watch that band. Could be reducing some visibility, maybe a few slick spots on some bridges and overpasses. You also see this activity up toward La Crosse, Wisconsin, getting into northeastern Iowa. This will kind of pivot its way through some of our northern counties here as we head into the afternoon hours. Otherwise, just plan on a cold and windy day. We have those wind chills that are going to be in the 20s as that wind continues about 15 miles per hour during trick-or-treat time. We'll talk some warmer temperatures coming up in your first alert forecast in just a few minutes.
Encouraging news on deaths among young drivers. A new report shows they are down 38% across the country since 2002. And as our Iowa reporter Connor Hendricks explains, the drop in deaths in Iowa is even more significant.
Deaths among Iowa's young drivers have fallen even more than the national average. The number of deaths from drivers under 21 has fallen 48.5% since 2002.
Brett Jepkes with the Iowa Governor's Traffic Safety Bureau says that's in part due to Iowa's graduated driver's license laws.
That requires them to have a certain amount of driving time before they can go to full status. It limits their ability to drive after dark. And so those are one of the things that has really improved things.
Jepke says there's been improvements in the last 20 years, but there's still cause for concern.
Even though young driver fatal crashes have improved over that time, young drivers are still nearly 4 times more likely to be involved in fatal crashes, than their older counterparts.
Jepke says that's because young drivers are less experienced and more likely to take risks. The most common reasons for crashes among young drivers are
speeding, impaired driving, distracted driving, and not wearing a seatbelt while you're in a vehicle.
David Kopp owns Drive with Cops, a driving school in Des Moines.
Cobb says the state introduced a virtual driver's ed option during the pandemic, but thinks it's not as effective.
We feel that it's better to have the students learning from the teacher face-to-face interaction than online, where the student can't ask questions, and if they don't know who they're going to ask, and how much are they learning when it's online.
Cobb has been in business for 11 years. In that time, he says kids are becoming more aggressive drivers.
Everybody emulates their parents, so what my parents do, I do. I think they're a little more aggressive than what they used to be 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Both Jepkes and Cobb say they'd like the state to pass a hands-free bill in the next legislative session. That bill, however, has failed multiple times in recent years. In Des Moines, I'm Connor Hendricks reporting.
Illinois' fatal crash rates are also down, according to the same study. They're down over 28%. The Treasury Department expects to borrow $776 billion in the final quarter of 2023, and that is the most the government has ever borrowed during the fourth quarter. Treasury officials say that's partially a result of deferred tax collections from residents and corporations in states like California, where tax deadlines were extended due to extreme weather. The Treasury's new estimates will impact the size of upcoming auctions for bills, notes, and bonds. Walmart is revamping some of its stores to hopefully bring in more customers. On Monday, the company unveiled updates to more than 100 stores. The changes include pharmacies near the front of the store with private screening rooms and displays that better showcase home goods like touch and feel end cap displays to get shoppers to interact with the products. Now, the idea is to get customers to shop at Walmart for things other than staples like groceries and everyday necessities. And organizers with Birdies for Charity just announced this year's results. They raised $14.1 million during the John Deere Classic PGA Golf Tournament. The amount is more than $13.9 million raised last year. That money will be distributed among hundreds of nonprofits in the Quad Cities. Coming up, how the city of Galesburg is honoring those who laid down the tracks that led to the community's prosperity.
Today is a First Alert Day.
Getting 11% off everything at Menards. Check out our huge selection of Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They make a beautiful addition to any room while reducing energy costs year-round. Get this LED 52-inch Guilford indoor ceiling fan for $44.49 after rebate. Find your style with Patriot Lighting and give your home a brighter, updated look. Menards has all in-stock pendant lights on sale and ready to take home. This Giona pendant light is $44.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. Give me that. Why do you always get to talk first? Hi, we've got questions about Medicare plans.
Well, we've got a lot of answers. How can I help?
Well, for starters, do you have a Medicare plan I can actually afford?
How about a plan with a $0 monthly premium?
Well, that's a great start.
Well, then you'll probably love the dental, vision, and hearing coverage that's included.
I hear that. We also want a plan that helps us to stay healthy, not just one that covers us when we're sick.
Then you'll want to know about plans with $0 preventive screenings, over-the-counter benefits for certain health and wellness products, even fitness benefits.
That's exactly the kind of thing I'm looking for. Me too. What other benefits can we get?
Well, every plan is different. Let me walk you through all your options so you can pick the right one for you.
Don't wait. Call 1-800-ETNA for you to get answers to your questions and pick a plan that's right for you. And let's make healthier happen together.
Now that sounds like a plan. Sure does.
This Veterans Day, KWQC wants to recognize you and your loved ones who have served. To be featured, submit your photos to kwqc.com/Veterans Day Photos. Submit on the news app or scan the QR code on the screen. KWQC is everywhere, including your email inbox. Sign up at kwqc.com/newsletter. We'll send you customized headlines daily.
I moved to Ridgecrest Village, the smartest move I ever made.
Galesburg is honoring those who helped build the vital railroads that are still operating for passengers and freight today. TV6's Kyle Bales reports how Mexican immigrants played a key role in building the railroad.
For many years, the space where railroads split in Galesburg appeared to be insignificant.
that was until students of the Hispanic Latino Student Association at Sandburg College discovered it was one of 4 sites that housed Mexican immigrant workers as they built the railroads in the early 20th century. They partnered with the city to install a plaque recognizing this history.
As an organization, we wanted to do more than just community service, more than just being active in campus. We wanted to make an impact in our own community, making sure that our history is known.
Irene Ponce is the president of the Hispanic Latino Research Group. Her father was born in a boxcar at one of the camps in 1921, and her husband's family came from the camp honored at Monday evening ceremony.
It's important to recognize them while some of the people who actually live there are still around, so they can see that they're finally being recognized in their contributions. As you know, Galesburg's a railroad town. The Mexicans helped build those railroads and maintain them.
Anthony Law III agrees. He says the workers and families of the camps were not accepted in the community at the time, and considering the importance of the railroads for Galesburg, they deserve to be recognized.
We're a railroad community. The railroad has sustained us. We've lost factories, we've lost businesses, but the railroad kept us alive. And these people built the tracks that the railroad runs on.
We take another look at the frightening Halloween forecast when we come back.
KWQC TV6.
With Grow Clinton, your business, your life, your future, and your growth has a champion. Discover the vibrancy of our historic river community and the growing economic and quality of life opportunities in Clinton. From its breathtaking riverfront to strong schools and thriving shopping districts, Clinton is a great place to live, work, and play. Whether you're looking to relocate your business or just looking for a great place to visit, check out growclinton.com today and see for yourself.
Nikki Haley's record on China? As Governor Haley rolled out the red carpet for Chinese companies.
They want to do business in South Carolina. Our home, your home.
She gave them millions in tax breaks, subsidies, free land. A Communist Party-owned high-tech company got 200 acres, 5 miles from an army base.
I think China is really in good faith doing quite a bit. They are a really great friend of ours.
Nikki Haley, questionable judgment, dangerous on China. Never Back Down is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A name is more than a series of letters. It's an identity. It's part of who you are and what you value. When you value relationships, you understand the needs of others. When you value integrity, you honor truth and consistency. And when you value action, you work hard to go above and beyond. Relationships, integrity, action. It's what we value. It's in our name. We're RIA Federal Credit Union. Join us today.
What has 50 years in the flooring industry taught us at Carpetland USA? How to make buying floors easy. Here's how we do it. Our customers always come first. We offer the best values, and we always carry the best flooring brands like Congolium. Congolium features realistic wood and tile looks, waterproof floors that stand up to the toughest treatment. Find a Congolium luxury vinyl floor that fits your family perfectly. The easy choice for new floors is Carpetland USA.
Harvest in Iowa is moving right along. The USDA released its crop report for the week ending October 29th. Despite widespread rain across the state and even snow in northern Iowa, farmers had, on average, about 4 suitable days for field work. That means about 77% of the corn crop has been harvested, and 93% of the state's soybeans are out.
Now, your most reliable forecast with First Alert meteorologist Kyle Kiel.
Well, today obviously not a great day to be out in those fields, and really not a great day to do much of anything outside, because it really hits you once you step outside. That wind, the cold temperatures, and yes, even some snowflakes flying here, especially on the Illinois side of the river, still in Davenport. You might see a few flakes here flying by on our Skyview camera. Skyview really shaking around because of those winds that are gusting above 40 miles per hour at times. So that's kind of the main focus of our first alert day. Of course, within those winds, we could see some low visibility in some of those bands of snow that are kind of pivoting their way through parts of the TV6 viewing area. We'll keep this first alert day going until about 8 o'clock this evening. As we look at those wind gusts right now, we're up to 40 miles per hour in Muscatine, Davenport, Moline, both at 40 miles per hour, 36 miles per hour around Rock Falls and Sterling, 29 miles per hour in Princeton. And these winds will remain gusty here through at least the early evening hours. I think most of your trick-or-treating will be spent with wind gusts anywhere from 25 to 35 miles per hour. Temperatures. Well, they're barely into the 30s. We've got 30 degrees, the cold spot in Clinton, 33 in Moline, 32 in Davenport, Maquoketa, Galena, and many other locations. These temperatures have really kind of been bouncing back and forth a couple of degrees. So this Halloween will likely end up in the top 5, maybe top 6 coldest on record. Our wind chills, or the feels-like temperatures, they're in the teens and the 20s. So this is what we're going to be dealing with here as we head into the afternoon and evening hours as well. There's First Alert Live Doppler radar. We've got one little band of snow here that's maybe impacting the roads just a little bit. Could be some minor accumulation, especially on elevated surfaces, but really around Tampico, back toward Prophetstown, Erie, and Whiteside County. This is where we do have that burst of snow that's likely reducing visibility as you head out on the road. So we'll continue to track that band as it moves off to the southeast. We've got another band up toward La Crosse, Wisconsin that's going to pivot its way into portions of the TV6 viewing area as this low pressure slowly continues to move off to the east as part of this Clipper system from Canada. As always, doesn't have a lot of moisture to deal with, but is certainly packing a punch as far as the wind goes. Here we are at 5 p.m. Many kids getting out trick-or-treating. We'll still have that blustery northwest wind anywhere from 10 to 20 miles per hour, but the wind will start to relax just a bit tonight as we clear that sky out. That's going to allow temperatures to bottom out in the lower to middle 20s. Heading into Wednesday, we'll start to see maybe a few clouds, otherwise plenty of sunshine. But notice the wind, if you look ever so closely, it'll start to shift off to the south and west. So that's going to dictate some warmer temperatures here as we head into the afternoon. We're talking 42 for the high tomorrow, 51 heading into Thursday, close to 60 Friday and Saturday before we see another front move in with rain possible here toward the beginning of next week.
Thanks, Kyle. Well, despite the weather, the holiday traditions will go on, but just how important is Halloween to the economy? We'll take a closer look when we come back.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are lots of matzo pizza, just $4.99. Dole chopped or premium salad kits, just $2.99. And select Coke products or AHA, just $4.99 each when you buy 3. Only at Hy-Vee.
All the Republicans running for president talk tough about fighting the radical left. But I have the battle scars. When I fought to refund our police, liberals called me a token. When I cut your taxes, they called me a prop. And when I pushed back on Biden's socialist agenda, they even called me the N-word. I disrupt their narrative. I threaten their control. I'm Tim Scott, and I approve this message because I know how to fight the radical left and win.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose for instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia, we see a better way.
We've saved the best offers of the year for Carpetland USA's Made in the USA flooring event. Save up to 60% off every floor made in the USA. Get free labor on every Made in the USA carpet. Buy 100 square feet of any waterproof floor, tile, or hardwood made in the USA and get the next 25 square feet free. Plus, first responders and veterans can take an extra $100 off their purchase. Only at Carpetland USA, the easy choice for new floors.
KWQC TV6.
This week's Hy-Vee hot deals are Kraft macaroni and cheese, just 77 cents. Pork loin back ribs, just $1.99 a pound. And 4 pounds of Hy-Vee sugar, just $1.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Visit us online. Go to KWQC.com.
It's Halloween, and we all know what that means. Time for costumes, candy, and carved pumpkins, right? But where did all of this come from? As you might expect, the origin of the holiday is much less commercial. It began as a pagan festival to mark the end of summer and the beginning of winter. And then, during early Christian times, All Hallows Eve honored the dead. In the late 19th century, the holiday lost some of its association with death, and people started celebrating with festivals and parties. And while many people are prepping their candy bowls for trick-or-treaters, perhaps you didn't realize that others will hit the road for some scary holiday thrills. Halloween is actually a tourism draw for some hotspots. Emilie Ikeda reports from Salem, Massachusetts.
This October 31st, witches are swarming the streets of Salem again. I just love the vibe of it. There's no shortage of ghost schools and everything in between either. The city of Salem, Massachusetts, known for its dark history of witch trials centuries ago, has transformed into a history lover's must-see and one of the Halloween destinations in America. With 100,000 plus visitors on a single day and more than 1 million this month.
For a city of 44,000 people, it's a lot. It's over 35% more than we had in 2019.
A boom for businesses like Black Cat Tours, which just expanded to open a store.
It's just wonderful to see that on people's faces, that moment of, I don't have to be a grown-up anymore. I can be a kid here.
Dazzle me, my darling. Also home to parts of big screen Halloween hit Hocus Pocus, the city proudly laying claim to the haunted season. But it's not the only spot recording a spike in Halloween tourism. Cities like New Orleans and Las Vegas also seeing a surge compared to a typical fall weekend.
Gen Z and millennial prioritize spending on travel, and not just travel for those big summer vacations or long weekends, but celebrations of more micro holidays like Halloween.
Total Halloween spending is expected to reach monster levels, $12.2 billion, exceeding last year's record of $10.6 billion. Popular Halloween attractions like Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando have been sold out for over a month. According to amusement park app The Touring Plans, the events attract 30,000 to 35,000 people per night. Social media also driving tourism to Halloween hotspots. Feeds filled with colorful frights in the best decorated neighborhoods, including New York's Sleepy Hollow, home of the Headless Horseman.
You're seeing a lot of tourists, you're seeing a lot of decorations, and you're seeing a lot of traffic.
Happy Halloween! Back in Salem, officials urging visitors to use public transportation to ease traffic, so there's room for everyone to relish in the spooky fun.
I'd like to say, if you're going to come to Salem, come by train, come by ferry, come by bike, come by broom. Don't come by car.
All right, I'll grab my broom. Well, we'll see what the Today Show team came up with for this year's Halloween costume reveal after the break.
Getting answers. TV6 investigates.
Hi, my name is Damian Clark. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, I have some really encouraging news that you'll definitely want to hear. Depending on the plans available in your area, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with the Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. All these plans include a Healthy Options allowance, a monthly allowance to help pay for eligible groceries, utilities, rent, and over-the-counter items. The Healthy Options allowance is loaded onto a prepaid card each month, and whatever you don't spend carries over from each month. Other benefits on these plans include free rides to and from your medical appointments, and our large networks of doctors, hospitals, and pharmacies. So call the number on your screen now and ask about a Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive contains ALA to relieve nerve aches and B-complex vitamins to fortify healthy nerves. Try Nervive and try Nervive Pain Relieving Roll-On.
Ooh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is... Wow. Sinex? Breathe.
At Meadowview of Davenport Senior Living Community, we provide a safe, comfortable place to live that values our residents' life experiences. We offer independent living, assisted living, or memory care in a modern, stimulating environment that features many enriching amenities, such as chef-inspired meals.
I came to Meadowview after my children decided I needed to be around people more. Now, Meadowview has become a significant part of my life.
Call Casey today to schedule your personalized tour.
The Today Show gang held their annual Halloween costume reveal this morning and did not disappoint. This year, the team sported costumes with a musical theme. That's Savannah Guthrie as Taylor Swift, and Hoda is Cher, as in Sonny and Cher. Willie Geist dressed up as Grammy winner Harry Styles, and even Lionel Richie, a.k.a. Al Roker, made an appearance. Always fun to see what they come up with every year.
I was back in the Weather Center watching the 4th hour. Hoda and Jenna to see what they had to come up with. And so Jenna was Sunny.
Yes.
Sunny and Cher. And I mean, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It's always fun to see what they come up with. Very well done. I'll just stick with my pumpkin tie.
Yes, which I love.
Sure. Thank you.
Very
yes,
tasteful.
there's no way I could do that here on television. But hey, there's a Doppler radar. We'll go back to that, and you'll notice that we do have a few snow showers out there. Could see a few more here this afternoon. Low visibility possible. Not expecting any accumulation, but warmer temperatures ahead. Just stay warm tonight.
All right, that's good advice.
Yes.
Thanks, Kyle, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. Stay safe and warm. Bye for now.
I'm not the monster you think I am.
We have a missing 19-year-old. You want more food? You want your books? Focus on the case.
Gabrielle, forgetting something.
Found tonight on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Do you know what day this is?
Not guilty.
The day the LA riots began. He tried to protect his store and was killed. You're here to save him. Just trust me.
We need to get out of here now.
Quantum Leap, Wednesday on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Feeling sluggish or weighed down? Could be a sign that your digestive system isn't at its best. Metamucil gummies make it easy to get the fiber you need, promoting your digestive health for a better you. Metamucil gummies, the easy way to get your daily fiber.
Vicks VapoStick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors. Easy to apply for the whole family. Vicks VapoStick and try Vapo Shower for steamy Vicks vapors.
Liberals have a plan to make Puerto Rico a state, adding 2 Democrats to the Senate. And Ron DeSantis sided with the Liberals' power play. DeSantis actually sponsored the bill to make Puerto Rico a state. With more power, Liberals can pack the courts, pass more reckless spending, ban guns, and give amnesty to illegal aliens. DeSantis sided with the Liberals and sold out Iowa conservatives. Ron DeSantis is just plain wrong. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I know what it's like to perform through pain. If you're like me, one of the millions suffering from pain caused by migraine, Nurtec ODT may help. It's the only medication that can treat a migraine when it strikes and prevent migraine attacks. Treat and prevent all in one.
Don't take if allergic to Nurtec. Allergic reactions can occur even days after using. Most common side effects were nausea, indigestion, and stomach pain.
We're in this together. Talk to a doctor about Nurtec ODT.
Getting answers. TV6 investigates. This is a TV6 update.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marcia Lense with your TV6 News Update. Galesburg is honoring those who helped build the vital railroads that are still being used for passengers and freight today. TV6's Bales was there as they unveiled a plaque dedicated to Mexican immigrants who played a key role in building the railroad.
For many years, the space where railroads split in Galesburg appeared to be insignificant. That was until students of the Hispanic Latino Student Association at Sandburg College discovered it was one of 4 sites that housed Mexican immigrant workers as they built the railroads in the early 20th century. They partnered with the city to install a plaque recognizing this history.
As an organization, we wanted to do more than just community service, more than just being active in campus. We wanted to make an impact in our own community, making sure that our history is known.
Irene Ponce is the president of the Hispanic Latino Research Group. Her father was born in a boxcar at one of the camps in 1921, and her husband's family came from the camp honored at Monday evening ceremony.
It's important to recognize them while some of the people who actually live there are still around, so they can see that they're finally being recognized and their contributions. As you know, Galesburg's a railroad town. The Mexicans helped build those railroads and maintain them.
Anthony Law III agrees. He says the workers and families of the camps were not accepted in the community at the time, and considering the importance of the railroads for Galesburg, they deserve to be recognized.
We're a railroad community. The railroad has sustained us. We've lost factories, we've lost businesses, but the railroad kept us alive. And these people built the tracks that the railroad runs on.
The plaque unveiled yesterday was located in the 1200 block of West Berrien Street in Galesburg, but there are also plaques located at 3 other former campsites in the city. Stick around, we're going to take another look at your first alert forecast right after this.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, unsystemic diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast relief when you need it most.
Sometimes Jonah wrestles with falling asleep, so he takes ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, for a better night's sleep. So now, he wakes up feeling like himself, the reigning family room middleweight champion. Better days start with ZQuil nights.
If you love to sew, Keeping You Sewing is your one-stop shop. We're an authorized Husqvarna Viking dealer and service center with a fabulous fabric department to find inspiration. Our expert staff will help you create something unique and beautiful. Just ask one of our satisfied customers. We also offer classes to learn new techniques, make new friends, and have fun. Visit our location in Clinton or check out our website.
It is a windy and chilly Halloween afternoon, and that will remain the case here as we head into the evening for trick-or-treat time. Here's our Skyview camera shaking around a bit. You'll see some snowflakes pass on by as well, and we'll continue with the potential for some snowflakes. Now, this first alert day is mainly for those winds. I could see gusts up to 40 to maybe 50 miles per hour, and if you get caught under one of those snow showers, I expect some low visibility within some of those snow bands. This is going to go until 8 o'clock, so right through trick-or-treat time. Now, we should kind of back off on those snow chances here as we head toward the late afternoon hours, but heading into the evening, we'll have temperatures falling into the lower 30s. This 36 might actually be a little optimistic here at 5 o'clock, but regardless, that wind will be the big story, making it feel more like the teens and the 20s. Eventually, actual air temperatures will fall down into the 20s here tonight. Notice the wind kind of calms down just a bit, so we're not going to see gusty conditions here heading into tonight. We'll see that wind pick up out of the southwest, maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour. I would kind of erase that windy there. It's not going to be too windy here tomorrow, but temperatures will be a little milder. Still cold though in the 40s, but we do see some improvement in those temperatures here as we head toward the end of the week. So Exact Track shows those snow showers kind of pivoting its way through the TV6 viewing area. Shouldn't be too much of a big deal here heading toward the late afternoon hours, but by the time we get to the evening, we will start to see that clearing sky. We'll get those winds to stay out of the northwest here as we head into the overnight, so that's going to keep ushering in that cooler air. But notice tomorrow, we'll get those winds out of the southwest, and that is just going to be the start of that warming trend. Here we go Thursday, high of 51 degrees, close to 60 Friday and Saturday, before we get another system in here late in the weekend.